Just Twitch number 2, I had an itch. And now I've gotten it checked out and it's not good news. I will spare the nitty-gritty details because I'm just too lazy to look them up. But if I have developed tracheal stenosis or a congenital defect, then I need to start treatment immediately. I will have to have surgery to implant a tube and clear my airway and then be hooked up to an inhaler while my doctor gets me prepared for chemo. You have no idea how much that freaks me out. I can't imagine being hooked up to an inhaler while hooked up to an to get chemo. I just can't wrap my mind around it. And I feel really sad for people who are going through this. I mean, I understand that it's not that bad, but it's still a medical thing and it still sucks. So I apologize that this post is really long and there are no pictures. I know that's not your typical blog post. Thanks for bearing with me. Lately I've been having this really surreal experience that has been happening over and over again. This morning I used Uber and Lyft and I am Karen from New York. I had never used either before. I used Dux. I got a black SUV and on the app I selected to drive up to Peebles off 128. I had arrived at the address at 9:55, so I was 15 minutes early. When I pulled up, the driver looked young, maybe mid-20s, and I said in a friendly voice, "Are you new here?" He said, "No, I'm on break." So I took out my book and started reading. While reading, I noticed he was looking at me, checking me out. He wasn't just checking out my face, he was checking me out from head to toe. He wasn't staring at my breasts though because they were covered by a sweater, but he was staring down my shirt. A few minutes later, he was talking on his phone about something and I noticed his phone is the same model as my husband's, so I figured it might be his. About 5 minutes later, he asked me, "Do you have it?" I said, "I'm sorry, I don't think so." "Is this your phone?" He nodded his head and said yes. He pulled out his phone and showed me. What an interesting week. I want to start by saying a big thank you to all of you who emailed me to support me during my unfortunate incident at Scott Atkins School. This will be the first time I will ever use the term unfortunate, so get your tissues. You all have been amazing, and after hearing all of your comments, I have been overwhelmed by the love and generosity of all of you. I have also been a bit overwhelmed with the fact that blah blah blah, the bloggy world and the special woman, and men too, that make it such an amazing and life-changing community that we are. For starters, a huge thank you to all my Facebook friends who are always looking out for my adult brain and sending me wonderful, positive, and inspiring posts to brighten up my life and the lives of others. Thanks to you guys, I now know about calligraphy, mindfulness, kindness, art, and the power of community. I have learned so much about diabetes and the highs and lows it can bring, not to mention all of the wonderful friends we have made on. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah.